Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Goodyear 10K that I did this last weekend. So let's start from the beginning. Online registration. Fun! I was the second to last person to register for this race. So I got the option to choose either a men's extra large t-shirt or a men's 2XL t-shirt. So I went with the men's extra large on my choice selection. This race cost me $55 and I thought that was, less than 10 bucks a mile. Seemed like fun. And I just used this to replace my long run that I had scheduled anyway. Thought it would be a good time. A little thing that I didn't pick up on, race started at 6:30. They wanted you there at 5 for parking, which I know is pretty busy, so I wanted to get there early. And then it's an hour away from my house, so I had my alarm set for 3:45 that race morning. But before we jump ahead, there was the expo, which is also an hour from my house, and I ended up having a doctor's appointment that day, so I just took the whole day off, really treat myself, and ended up taking an hour and a half to get to the expo because of a bunch of rain. You have to park in downtown Akron to get the packet, and of course how these people are in and out of expos. They just want to pick up their packet and get out. I don't know who hangs out in shops, but people do, because I see them buy things, so obviously they were there just looking around. I don't have that kind of patience. So for the expo, they send you an email. It has one of those little scan QC barcodes on it. So I screenshotted that and brought it with me, and then you needed your bib number in order to pick up your packet. But there was no billboard thing that they usually have up outside where you can find your name, find your bib number, then go pick it up. Maybe they stopped doing that because people would just find a random name and just steal packets, just the thieves that they are. So I had to look up my bib number on my phone. They wanted you to use the app, and I don't have that kind of space on my phone ever for extra apps that I'm not going to be using. So I found my bib number, fine. And I go pick up the race packet. Had to grab the bag, but here it is. Your packet came in this little track bag. Who doesn't have a bunch of these laying around? But that's nice. So all that came in here was the bib initially. And I thought that's kind of weird that race doesn't have a ton of trash to give you. But then upon further investigation, in the front bib you have a little snack, which I haven't tried to review, and then they put the pins in the front, which I didn't know, and the night before the race I was really scrambling to find these. So, and they even gave you 5 just in case you really gotta pat that down. So you get your bib, you walk over to the t-shirt, and I had my get up all ready. I went right over to the women's t-shirt section. It said women's medium, and tried to act very entitled about it, but it wasn't enough to get by these volunteers. They checked my bib and saw the extra large and got me a women's extra large t-shirt. So, I only half tricked them because I was supposed to get a men's extra large because I register late, as I typically do, and I wasn't supposed to get a shirt that would remotely work for me whatsoever. And once I got the shirt, washed it, and it shrank a little, it actually fit pretty nice. And that made sense because last year's shirt for the Goodyear 10K was really small. Not just tight, but too high up that it's kind of like a crop top on me. So it worked out great that I got this women's extra large t-shirt. Whoop-de-doo. So leaving the expo, I had to go back to the crazy parking garage, pay my $1 to get out. I'm going to keep complaining about having to pay for parking at an expo, even though it was just $1. It just drives me crazy. I feel like these expos can be anywhere. Why there? Why do I gotta pay? Why you gotta inconvenience me like that? But anyways, so that's my complaint. The rest of this is awesome. Akron Marathon always puts on a really great, fun race series. So they have the first race, you can do 8K or 1 mile. The second race in the series is the one that I went to, is the 10K or the half marathon that you can pick from. And then the grand finale is the half marathon. So last year I registered for all 3, only did the first 2. This year I might do the last 2. And they ended up sending you a virtual swag bag, which had coupon codes. So instead of having all the trash and flyers in your bag, you can just go on the site and use those codes, which I like. They have a $5 off of the half marathon, which I'm really tempted to use. I don't know, it's $110 for a half marathon, and I would only be just extending a long run and not really racing. I don't know if I can justify $105 for just like a long Saturday run with beer and partying and DJs. I don't know. Stay tuned, see what I decide. I might end up with a last minute registration because I like to keep it exciting. I just never know what I'm going to do until it's almost out of time. Race day morning, got up at 3:45. All my stuff was already laid out. I had my race bag already packed and ready to go, and everything lovingly set up for myself so I could just roll out of bed, get on my clothes, and hustle out the door. So I get to the parking, and it's where, we're at the Goodyear headquarters, and they're just like waving people through to park in these rows. And I got the exact same parking spot that I got last year. It was so weird. It was like there's thousands of people at this race, and I got the exact same parking spot. I don't know how this happened. I was just like sitting in my car freaking out at 5 in the morning. Just like, look at me, I'm here. So I had no one to tell. Now I'm telling you. I'm pretty excited about it. Akron Marathon very much prides themselves for being a race that starts on time. They start like on the dot. It's in the photo that they capture and they send out on all their flyers that they start like right at 6:30. So we're off. You get to run on the Goodyear test track, which is a cool idea, but you're really crowded on this test track actually. So I'm glad that I wasn't really caring about my time. I was just there to kind of jog and people watch. I mean, there's always tons of characters at these races. And also being at the back of the pack this year, I got to see like a lot of really awesome people overcoming illnesses that, wanted to come back from chemo and heart attacks, and they're wearing their shirts to support some charity that's helped them out. Amazing people. After the start, the sun came out, burned up all that nice fog, and it got hot and pretty humid. So I think it got to be like 74, sunny. But I was going at my easy pace, so I wasn't like dying, and I got to have Powerade at each of the stops, and that actually like worked really well with me. I felt a little refreshed every time. So now I know that works for me. They let people go in stages, so you got to see the 10K finishers at like mile 1. When I got to the mile, like 10K was wrapping up with their fast runners. And then at about mile 5, the half marathon winners were coming through, and it was really cool to be running next to them for a little bit and get to encourage them and cheer them on. And the winner of the female races was so sweet. She said thank you to people, even though she was just hustling so hard. I mean, super sweet person. She set a new course record for the women's, I think. So after the finish line, you get your medal. This year it was pretty sweet. So this is the 10K, of course. And then the half marathon, they had the yellow and blue reverse, and then it just did like half marathon on the other side. They were pretty similar. So it felt really good to just relax during a race and do an easy pace long run and be super entertained the whole way. I'm really glad that I did this race, and it supports the Akron's Children's Hospital, which they always have a couple kids there that they really support, and they call them like the heroes of the race. Super sweet, super emotional. So that's what I've got to say about the Goodyear 10K. I had a lot of fun. I'll probably be there next year. We'll see if I sign up for the half marathon. I'd really like to do it. I'm just trying to justify it. But again, I'll just wait till the last second and we'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.